Hello, you're watching my YouTube channel. I'm your host kamranarshad. Today I've invited a guest to my vlog and I want to discuss her life, her visions, her goals, and most importantly, her field. Hello and welcome. We are delighted to have Aisha Salim here today with us. Aisha, thank you so much for joining us today.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much, Kamran, for having me on your show.
Okay, but to kick off, Aisha, could you please tell us what inspired you to pursue a career as CEO and founder, business development manager, employer relations, British Council certified counselor, and perhaps share a bit about your journey leading up to your current role? Over to you, ma'am.
Okay, so thank you so much for the question. I think in your first question, there's a lot to talk about, honestly, because the journey actually began when I completed my engineering from UET Lahore. So academically, I'm an engineer. I did chemical engineering back in 2016. I was graduated. As soon as I graduated, I got this opportunity to work as a student support officer at education consultancy firm, and I kind of accepted that role because I was really into communication and I wanted to counsel as many students as I wanted because my vision was very clear and I had already, एक होता है, आप identify कर रहे, तो I'd already identified that we lack career counseling in Pakistan जब मैं अपनी undergraduate degree कर रही थी. So I took that mission forward, but because I did not have significant experience by the time I graduated, so I got into this education consultancy field. So basically, it's not like कि हम students को counsel कर रहे होते हैं for universities in Lahore or Pakistan. So we are actually counseling students for international education overseas, right? So मैंने वो company join की. I stayed there for 6 long years until I developed into a senior manager. And then I start the second role that you talked about. I then took another role at Campus Group, where I was working as an international business development manager. And I worked there for a short span of time, and I realized that business development was something that I wanted to have before I launched my own organization. So now today, in front of you and your audience is Aisha Salim, Unis Connect CEO and founder. And Unis Connect basically is a five-year-old company. We're supporting students to go for higher education abroad. I'm looking after the regions like the UK, Malaysia, Ireland, Australia. So people who are or students particularly, or even graduates, just may हमारे पास working professionals आ जाते हैं, people who've worked in the industry or IT sector, or maybe any other job, social sciences, humanities, whatever. They have worked for significant time and now they want to go for a higher education abroad. So we are helping those students, those professionals, and those PhD aspirants as well to go abroad, finish their education, or complete their portfolio and come back and have other opportunities while they go. So that is what we're doing for our students at the moment. And Unis Connect, as the name indicates, we help. Unis Connect basically is the name that I thought would go very well with the logo and the motive that I have, which is connecting students with universities abroad. So that's what Unis Connect is.
That's great, ma'am. A long journey, I must say. When did you know that you are made for this?
When did you
When
know?
did you know that you are made for this? That potential, because
Okay, so that's a
in your one
very
personality, there is a lot of personalities. So when did you know that you are made for this?
okay, so that's a very interesting question, Kamran. Honestly, I think कोई कुछ होती है personalities जिनके अंदर होता है कि they're born to do certain things. So since
Your
I'm the
aura
eldest in
is
the
very
family as
strong,
well,
man. Actually, I am following you on LinkedIn and on social media. Your aura is very strong. This is the reason I invited you for an
thank
interview
you,
because
thank you,
talking to you,
appreciate
I'm
it.
getting positive vibes from your side.
Thank you. That's really kind of you. So basically, I think this is developed over time. So absence, I was talking about it. Since I'm the eldest in the family as well, the way counselor वाली चीज ना वैसी होती है एक बड़े बच्चे में. So I was the counselor at home, and then when I went to when I went to UET for my graduation, so मैंने अपने second year, third year में realize कर लिया था that my passion lay somewhere else. So I started working. Obviously, I was not working for earning money at that time. I was actually working to build my profile. And I got into these, presentations and counseling and writing and stuff like that, which I was doing apart from my engineering. So when I graduated, I immediately had an idea that I did not want to go for, this engineering field. I know for a lot of people, it would be like a change in field kind of thing. Of course it is, but I'm really happy. And this is, I think, the motive that I take forward. Because in Pakistan, unfortunately, बहुत सारे parents अभी बच्चों को push करते हैं to go for engineering, go for medicine, ये पढ़ना है, बस ये 2 fields हैं, इसके अलावा कुछ नहीं है. Unfortunately, this is not true. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. There are so many fields students can excel in. और जिस पे हम students को guide करते हैं. So we do basic career counseling. So we identify कि student किस चीज में interested है. Not because somebody said कि फलाने के चाचा या मामू या उसके बच्चे जा रहे हैं. So I really want to go into that field, although I'm not passionate about it. So this is the first thing that we do. And I think through years, I polished that and I realized that, Unis Connect बनना ही था, because I really was looking forward to something like this of my own.
That's great, man. You belong to consultancy field, right? So whenever someone wants to go abroad, and there is a sense of anxiety, people might be fake, investment might be wasted. So how do you deal with that?
Okay, yeah. So I agree. बहुत ऐसे लोग होते हैं, because I don't say everybody is working ethically, I'd say, but there are so many people who are actually working as professionals in the field. So when you earlier mentioned that I have gathered my certification from the British Council, I think that is one of the authentications that we're actually working with organizations or universities, which are legit universities. So I did my certifications, and it's not like I just gathered a certificate out of it. It's me that I make assessment key complete. We did that, and then we got the certificate. So if somebody really wants to check Unis Connect, they can go visit British Council ki website, and I'm a registered agent and consultant there. First authentication. The second I'd say is, since my domain is student and my domain is study visas, उसमें fraud scam बहुत कम है. Reason being कि it is directly linked with the university. If you don't get the offer letter from the university, there is no chance you can proceed. समझ रहे हो इस चीज को?
Yeah, I
So
got it.
basically immigration में ये होता है ना कि it's unknown. People don't know कि क्या हो रहा है हमारी application के साथ, and you have to blindly trust your consultant or agent. With us, it's very different. Because we're actually working as professionals, and since I have this vision for a long, long, long time, I do not intend to misguide my students, and that's one thing that we keep कहते हैं ना high integrity वाली चीजें रखते हैं. So Unis Connect is all about integrity. It's all about how we're guiding our students. It doesn't really matter if the student goes through us or he doesn't go abroad at all. It is more like we're helping students build the confidence that they want to. So you can always find me on our website, on our social media. My LinkedIn is very active. I've actually been regularly posting stuff about it. So वहाँ पे in my field, the scam वाली चीज is very less, क्योंकि you don't get anything unless and until the university doesn't give you the offer. So that's one by one step, and we also as consultants and counselors, we're relying on the university, so we can't mislead students.
Aisha, how has your degree in chemical engineering from UT Lahore influenced your approach to education, consultancy, and especially career development?
Okay, so I think engineering के बारे में ना पाकिस्तान में तो बहुत कहा जाता है कि ये diverse बनते हैं लोग, because it's not just one thing. So I remember when I was doing my engineering, a lot of our teachers used to say you can go into HR, you can go into management, you can also carry your own field and stuff. So मैंने अपने second third year में ये realize कर लिया था that I do not want to go to the technical side, because chemical engineering is the dry subject, to be honest. Please don't judge me, all the chemical engineers who are listening to this. But yes, it's dry, it's very technical. You have to work on plants and stuff. So by that, obviously, I mean the industries. So I was never interested in that. So I do not say ever that my engineering was it's a misfit ambition for me. It was something that I really, really appreciate doing, क्योंकि उसने मुझे ये identification दी that I wanted to do something else in my life. Okay? So yes, if I had a counselor back then, I would have chosen another subject. I would probably have gone for another course altogether. I might not have ended up at an engineering university, but that was a decision that was taken at that time, which was deemed that I wanted to go for. But मैंने उसी दौरान I started, because वो एक होती है चीज, I started developing other skills as well, and I was fit for other industries. So when I graduated, I had a very clear vision that I do not want to go for the technical aspect of my degree. I want to go for the HR management side and the counseling. Obviously, counseling was not something that I was intending to go for, but that was something that came to me, and I thought about it, and I said, yeah, that's something that I would love to do, and that's how I got in. And I think my engineering has actually helped me a lot because it has shaped me, and it has given me the technical as well as the other aspect of my education as well. But
You
yes,
can imagine that
I do not
different
say that
aspects of the
engineering was
life,
something that I was
right?
very passionate about. Yes. So I was able to, sort of get management, business, and so many other things that I could relate to.
All right. Aisha, what inspired you to transition from chemical engineering to education consultancy? And what unique insights do you bring to this field from your engineering background?
Okay, so as we were talking, like I discussed earlier as well, engineering itself has opened up a lot of horizons for me. So I was never restricted to being a chemical engineer and doing my master's in chemical engineering or working in the field. So engineering basically gives you a blend of everything. So it actually, now when I've started my own business and the Unis Connect launch and everything, I think engineering somewhere has helped me because उसमें आपको बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जो कि आप different combination of subjects पढ़ते हो, so you don't really have to go for entire degree field if you're not passionate about it. देखो, अगर मैं engineering ही field को pursue करती तो I might not have been too happy with the field or my job. I
Because
would
you
have
have
been struggling
more
with it.
potential in your personality, so you can go with that.
So I always say I'm not that good of a technical person. I'm like more into counseling. I'm more into suggesting, what should be done. Isko aise kar lo, isko aise kar lo. And my suggestions have actually been really fruitful for people. So I thought, why not make it a career? So मैंने उसको एक career भी बनाया, but I'm really passionate and happy about it because it gives you a sense of satisfaction as well. Because you're changing lives. You're actually talking about futures. You're also talking about parents. You're also talking about people who are passionate to do something in life. So I love doing it, and I really like um, pursuing this instead of engineering. It doesn't mean I'm demotivating engineers, of course, but I've actually seen a lot of engineers moving into other fields as well. So
They're looking for a
engineering,
job, they're
obviously.
looking for an opportunity. They have done engineering.
Sorry.
Actually, they have done engineering from UET and from any other institutions, right? But they're looking for an opportunity. They are not satisfied what they are right.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
True.
I've seen
Unfortunately,
a
this
lot
is
of people
happening,
who have done
and
engineering and they are looking for an opportunity. यार, how's going life? Oh यार, कुछ और पूछ लेते हैं. You know?
है ना, ये
Yeah.
होता है. See, this is why I think career counseling, student consultation, it plays a huge role. यानी मैंने the moment, and if I see my own journey as well now, Kamran, I feel people lack this. पाकिस्तान में इसकी बड़ी जरूरत है. We need to talk to our a young generation. We need to talk to students who are pursuing undergraduate education. हमें उनसे बात करने की जरूरत है कि if you're doing FSC or if you're doing pre-engineering or medical, are you really passionate to do whatever you're choosing to go for? Are you really into it? Because when you're doing something that is not your passion, at the end of the day, it's not. I also graduated. I graduated with a 3.3 GPA, and it's not too bad. I can easily go abroad for any of the universities, but it's also about the sense of satisfaction. So a lot of people are just following trends. They're just doing it because someone did it, and they're not really into it. So I think this is something that we need to change, and we're doing
Aisha,
that.
actually,
We're
we have
working
a
towards
lot of colleges in our country, in our cities. We have a lot of universities in our country, but we don't have even
yes.
one career institute, career building institute. This is actually the lack, and no
True.
one is looking for that. No one is thinking for that. We have to make a career counseling institution because a lot of students, when they get free, when they get admission, when they get degree from that, they don't know what they are made for, right? I was the
Yes.
victim. I was the
Unfortunately, we
victim.
have.
If you're talking about myself, so I will tell you that what I have done in my life. I have done metric with arts, then I will go to the ICOM commerce, then I will get BCom degree, then I have to do BA because I want to do the mass com degree. I want to get the mass com degree. So then I have done a master's in mass communication. So there is a flaw. Now I am in media. but media is not a career, right? So now I am looking for an opportunity what to do. So this is the thing. If there would be an institute like career counseling, so definitely someone will comes to me and guide me that you have a potential, you can do this, or you have this abilities to promote yourself, so you can survive in the society with these objects of life, right? So you are absolutely right, I must say.
True, I have to agree with this, Kamran. बहुत सारे लोग ना वैसे भी consultation की तरफ they realize it that they need it, but उन्हें realization बाद में होती है.
Actually, we
So
feel
I
shy.
think this
We
is
think
something.
that
Yes.
we belong to a very good family, so we know everything what to do in future.
Unfortunately, some of us actually struggle with this a lot. So मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि there is no harm, and I'm seeing this trend now because a lot of parents come to me, a lot of teachers, and students themselves, they would come to me, and when they say that we want to move abroad, हम इस degree में जाना चाहते हैं, हम undergraduate करना चाहते हैं, I don't say, the first thing that I ask them is, do you know which degree would you want to go for? This is my first question to them. बाद की discussion हम बाद में करते हैं. So the first session that I conduct with my students is we identify कि वो ये degree करने क्यों जाना चाह रहे हैं, because there's so much now going on in the country as well that people are trying to move out. So मैंने उस चीज को भी ध्यान में रखना है कि it's about the student's future at the end of the day. He's paying so much. It's a huge investment. So this is a tricky part because we have to identify what the student is really looking forward to. वो जाना चाह रहा है तो वो कहीं escape तो नहीं ढूंढ रहा. And let's suppose if it is an escape, तो फिर उसके लिए डिग्री कौन सी बेस्ट रहेगी, because these are different categorizations. Not every student is the same. So I always say this, that my first initial consultation sessions are actually very important because that helps you identify. Most of the times people come walk in and they say कि हमें पता ही नहीं है कि हम क्या करने जाना चाह रहे हैं, बस हमें बाहर भेज दो. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's a huge money we're talking about. It's going to be a curriculum you have to study. You're going to another country altogether. It's not a piece of cake. You have to identify. It's just because people think going abroad is going to change their lives. It is.
Because
It's not that it's
they
not going
have
to
to
change
get
your life.
married. This is
Yeah,
something
no.
they want
This
to
is
go to
also
abroad.
one way, but obviously,
Yeah,
no,
all
no.
right.
But obviously, a lot of people have now thinking in a way that I get a lot of students who are very serious students that they want to go abroad and they want to come back or maybe settle there and maybe look for other opportunities, but they're very passionate because they feel they lack something in their profile which they will fill with an education with a foreign degree. So I
Absolutely.
think that is something that we need to identify.
You are
here.
right, Aisha. Aisha, can you describe a specific instance where you helped a student or professional significantly advance their career, and what strategies did you use? I want to know that about strategies. What strategy do you use for
Okay,
that?
so yes, a lot of people would come to me, Kamran, honestly, बस अब यहाँ पे ये बता दो ना कि options हैं, you can go abroad, you can study abroad. People like, oh wow, this is an amazing opportunity. अभी जैसे मैं बात भी करी थी, the strategies that I apply, obviously it varies. बहुत different है strategy. एक बच्चे के साथ जो strategy होती है दूसरे के साथ नहीं होती. Most of the times people come to me and they want कि हमें बस options बता दें, कोई easy reasonable option हो, we just want to move out. और वो बच्चों की प्रोफाइल इतनी अच्छी नहीं होती है. सो आई डू नॉट टेक दो स्टूडेंट्स इनिशियली. मैं उन्हें रखती हूँ काउंसलिंग में बिकॉज आई वांट देम टू अंडरस्टैंड कि अगर वो उनका पोर्टफोलियो वीक होगा या अगर इफ दे नॉट ऑफ द एज, लेट्स सपोज, तो वो कैसे सर्वाइव करेंगे. यू ऑल्सो हैव टू थिंक ना, यू गोइंग अब्रॉड, यू गोइंग फॉर एन एजुकेशन अब्रॉड, तो आपके बहुत सारे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस होते हैं जो यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड एंड आंसर बिफोर यू मूव और बिफोर यू ट्रैवल. बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें होती हैं जहाँ पे आपको स्टूडेंट्स को चेंज करना पड़ता है, उनके माइंड्स को चेंज करना पड़ता है. बट अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह विद 7.5 आई वुड से नाउ years journey, I've counseled many students. Hundreds of them have actually moved to different countries, particularly the UK. I'm also looking after Ireland now and Malaysia as well. So बच्चे तो बहुत जा रहे हैं, but उसमें ये आ जाता है कि you also have to identify and see कि which way is the best way and how you're counseled.
Great, great. Aisha, what motivated you to establish Unis Connect, and what are the key services your business offers to students and most importantly professionals?
Okay, so you already know what motivated me to establish Unis Connect. Unis Connect is like a baby to me, honestly speaking. I'm very close to this because
sorry?
I think the first. आपको मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yeah, now I can hear you.
Okay, so I was saying कि आपको ये तो idea हो गया है. I've actually shared my journey with you कि Unis Connect मैंने establish क्यों किया और हम Unis Connect का vision क्या है. So we're not just looking after producing huge numbers just for the sake of, sending students abroad and stuff. No, uh, we're working very professionally, and we're actually looking forward to profiles. Those are better profiles, people who are actually looking forward to settle or go abroad, जहाँ पे वो अपनी options को देखना चाह रहे हैं. Those are genuine students. पहली बात तो ये कि यूनिस कनेक्ट में we're actually providing a lot of services, जिसमें first service जिसे हम बहुत देर से बात भी कर रहे हैं is the career identification and course identification. So that's the first thing that we do. And generally I conduct the first session myself with the students, जिसमें हम 30 minutes में हम ये discuss करते हैं कि why do you want to go for this degree, whether you're sure about this degree. Let's suppose if somebody is not sure, तो मैं options share करती हूँ, this is why you can go. We discuss के इसमें क्या pros हैं, क्या cons हैं, एक डिग्री की क्या requirements हैं, उसके अलावा क्या hassles हो सकते हैं, उसके अलावा क्या opportunities आपके पास हैं. So we talk about everything in general. What expenses are expected, what opportunities in terms of career are expected while you're on your course. So in the first session that we conduct, we do all these things. अच्छा, इसके अलावा हम services provide करते हैं documentations की. So we help students in building their profiles, particularly their personal statements, which is a very important aspect of any application. हम personal statement पे बहुत ज़्यादा ध्यान देते हैं. We help students understand कि वो एक personal statement कैसे लिखें, and I myself हम उसको जो लास्ट रिव्यूज होते हैं वो मैं खुद करती हूँ. सो मैं खुद देखूंगी कि स्टूडेंट की पर्सनल स्टेटमेंट ठीक है नहीं है. इफ देयर आर एनी चेंजेस, आई एम गोना मेक दोस चेंजेस, आई एम गोना एक्चुअली रिफाइन द टेक्स्ट, और हम उसको फाइनल करते हैं. सो वी प्रोवाइड एवरीथिंग. सो दैट्स एन एसेंशियल पार्ट ऑफ एनी एप्लीकेशन. इसके अलावा द अदर सर्विसेज, पीवी बिल्डिंग, application submission. We help students to submit their application. Most of the times we're doing it for the students ourselves, and students just review it. इसके अलावा scholarships, one of the very important questions. बहुत सारे बच्चे पूछते हैं, हम scholarships पे बहुत ज़्यादा गाइड करते हैं. There are many scholarships that we have. Partial awards हैं, up to 50% तक scholarships हैं that we help students with. उस पे हम गाइड करते हैं. Scholarship assistance is one other service that we're providing. उसके लिए essays लिखने होते हैं, उस पे हम सारा build करने में help करते हैं. फिर not just that, we also help students in meeting their offer conditions. मॉक इंटरव्यूज होते हैं, कैस इंटरव्यूज होते हैं, हम इसकी तैयारी करवाते हैं. इसके अलावा फाइनल कैस कैसे अप्लाई करना है, वी डू इट फॉर आवर स्टूडेंट्स. एंड फाइनली, नॉट जस्ट दैट, हम उनकी वीजा एप्लीकेशंस भी सबमिट करते हैं. सो बेसिकली कामरान, आई एम विद द स्टूडेंट फ्रॉम द बिगिनिंग. ही कम्स फॉर अ फर्स्ट मीटिंग टिल ही लैंड्स. मैं उसके साथ हूँ. आई एम लाइक देयर. अभी कल की बात है, वन ऑफ माय स्टूडेंट एक्चुअली went to Northumbria in the UK, and I was like, okay, have you traveled? When are you going? Okay, how long is the stay? How long is the flight? Have you reached? So today as well, he was just, ma'am, मैं अब पहुंच गया. And I'm like, okay, alhamdulillah, now you're there. So we help students to give that personal, our mission basically is not just being another firm. We're here to help students ताकि वो एक पर्सनल टच उन्हें फील हो कि ओ सो somebody is there. मैं वहां पहुंच नहीं गया तक कोई ना कोई मेरे साथ था. So that
How
personal
many employees do you have?
element that we apply. Sorry.
How many employees do you have in your company and you are working with?
Okay, so at the moment I'm working. Like I said, it's a relatively newer organization. So remotely, 2 or 3 people are working with me, and in the next couple of months, I'm actually hiring 1 or 2 more people. So हम एक team बना के we're actually based in Lahore. So मैं गुलबर्ग में होती हूँ, and on जो team है, it's about 2 to 3 people at the moment. But we're looking forward to expanding the team, inshallah.
That's great. That's great, ma'am. All right. What are some common challenges students face when seeking higher education opportunities in the UK?
Yes, that's a very, I'd say that's a very important question. A lot of people would be asking this. So challenges यही आते हैं कि मैम हम अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटी में जाना चाह रहे हैं लेकिन बजट थोड़ा कम है. सबसे बड़ा तो चैलेंज ये आता है कि उस चैलेंज को कैसे कम करना है, कि हम क्या ऑप्शंस रख सकते हैं. फिर उससे भी पहले का एक बड़ा चैलेंज होता है, हम वी हैव द मनी, वी डोंट नो वेयर टू गो. हमें नहीं पता कि कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी का रिक्वायरमेंट्स ईजी है, कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी हमें तंग नहीं करेगी, किसका फी स्ट्रक्चर आसान है, किसके इंस्टॉलमेंट प्लान्स हैं, कौन सी अपॉर्चुनिटीज हमें ज्यादा बेहतर मिल सकती है इन टर्म्स ऑफ वर्क इन द यूके. और फिर बच्चों को ये नहीं पता होता कि अगर कोई इनिशियल डिपॉजिट है उस वो क्या रिक्वायरमेंट्स हैं. सो अ लॉट ऑफ द चैलेंजेस दैट वी फेस वो यही आते हैं कि स्टूडेंट्स जनरली आर नॉट वेल इक्विप्ड, और वो ऑब्वियसली वी देयर टू हेल्प देम थ्रू दैट entire thing. बट अदर चैलेंजेस जो स्टूडेंट्स को होते हैं वो यही होते हैं कि मैम हमें समझ नहीं आ रहा कौन सा सब्जेक्ट पढ़ने जाना चाहिए, ये ज्यादा टेक्निकल तो नहीं हो जाएगा, हम वहाँ पे जॉब भी कर पाएंगे नहीं कर पाएंगे, ये हमारे क्या एस्पेक्ट्स है. दीज आर द क्वेश्चंस दैट स्टूडेंट्स जनरली फेस, एंड दीज आर द चैलेंजेस जो कि स्टूडेंट्स को भी आते हैं, और ऑब्वियसली जब व्हेन दे कम टू अस हम भी उनको टैकल करे होते हैं, बिकॉज समटाइम्स द स्टूडेंट वुड जस्ट कम एंड से कि मैम मेरा यही बजट है, इसमें मुझे बताएं कि हम क्या कर सकते हैं. तो हमें फिर वो we have to look for all the options that suit him and his profile, and obviously not at the
You guide them
expense of.
about their resources they have.
So we resources obviously उनके ही होंगे, but what we do is हम उसको help करते हैं कि scholarships, bursaries कहाँ पर available है, जहाँ पर living expenses थोड़े से कम हो सकते हैं. So we help them, in this entire thing. But challenges wise, I would say it's not that big of a challenge. सबसे बड़ा challenge एक student को यही आता है कि एक transformation होती है. It's पाकिस्तान में एक रहने वाले बच्चे बहुत different तरीके से रहते हैं, बड़ा different mindset होता है. Plus हमारे यहाँ वैसे भी होता है कि we are very pampered children. हमें बिल्कुल ही आदत नहीं होती है. But when you go to a foreign country, you're supposed to do everything yourself.
You got up
You
late,
also have to
you
manage your
took
finances.
breakfast and thinking what to do now.
Yes, तो वो एक स्टूडेंट के लिए ना ये बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज होता है कि पता नहीं
Yeah.
हम क्या करेंगे, फिर उन्हें ये भी समझ नहीं आ रही थी पता नहीं हम पहुंच भी पाएंगे नहीं पहुंच पाएंगे. सो आई थिंक विद ऑल दी स्ट्रगल्स दैट अ स्टूडेंट गोस थ्रू, हम उसमें उसको वन बाय वन स्टेप करके उसको हेल्प करते हैं ताकि ऑल द क्वेश्चंस दैट ही हैज उसके वो सारे क्वेश्चंस आंसर एंड ही हैज अ स्मूथ जर्नी.
Great, ma'am. Actually, last question. How do you get motivated?
How do I get motivated,
Yeah,
or how do you want to get motivated? Acha, how do I get motivated?
yeah.
Okay, so every day, honestly speaking, I feel like consistency is the key. It's not like I'm always too happy and I'm always motivated. Sometimes there are days when I'm like, oh, it didn't go well. ऐसे हो जाता तो ज्यादा बेहतर हो जाता, ऐसे हो जाता तो ज्यादा अच्छा हो जाता. But there's one thing that I believe, और वो ये है कि you keep on going now, so the divine helps you. Because if you don't do anything, so there is nothing, because you're not seeking anything now. So one motivation that I follow every day is do it. Take baby steps, start doing it, start thinking towards it. Because when you do it, you eventually reach that point. But demotivate होके सबसे बड़ा नुकसान यही होता है कि you start questioning yourself. I was not enough. मैं ये नहीं कर सका. Because देखो, launching a business and being an entrepreneur is not an easy journey. But I keep motivating myself every day. Aisha, this is what you have to do. I make my to-do list even now. मैं आज भी अपनी to-do list बनाती हूँ. This is what I need to do. अच्छा ये नहीं हुआ. Okay, that's okay. It's okay. No worries. हम इसको अगले दिन कर लेते हैं. इसको ऐसे manage कर लेते हैं. The moment you
Success.
start thinking the moment you start thinking now, oh my God, I'm not able to do it. That's the failure, man. That's something that, that will actually put you down.
All right.
Aki, you will keep motivated.
All right. Aisha, thank you so much for joining us today. It was a wonderful having you here. I'm learning from your experiences, definitely. But before we wrap up, is there anything you would like to share with our audience or any message you would like to say?
Just one thing, whosoever is watching this and has the plan of moving for higher education abroad, or particularly UK, Ireland, Canada also, Malaysia and Australia, please feel free to reach out to us. We're based in Lahore, but we're also providing consultations across Pakistan. So, from Karachi, I've got students, from Islamabad, I've got students from Peshawar. Anybody who's watching this, the name of my organization is Unis Connect, and we're available. You can visit our website, that's unisconnect.com, and you can view us on our social media pages. So if you feel that you don't have a plan, don't worry. We're there to help you with your plan as well. Thank you.
Great. Thank you so much again. Have a blessed day, ma'am.
Thank you, Kamran. Thank you for having me.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.